Okay, pleased to be joined now by the new Executive Director of the Alabama High School Athletic Association, Mr. Heath Harmon. Heath, thank you for being with us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
We are all excited at this time of year as we get closer and closer to handing out those blue maps, a privilege that will be yours this year. What has this first season been like for you, a former coach, now in a completely different position?
It's been great. From the position I'm in now, I get to get out a lot of Thursday and Friday nights, especially during the regular season, and go all over the state. Some places I'm familiar with, some places I've just known from hearing from since I, was in high school. But yeah, just some great opportunities to get out, and anytime you can see the student athletes competing, everybody rallies around their school and their teams, and you see the whole community come out for these events, so it's really special.
Community is a great word because that's what you really see shine at this time of year. Entire communities filling up the stands, getting in cars, traveling to road games. Is there one place this year that you visited that you heard about but you had never been before that really opened your eyes to that kind of spirit?
Yeah, there's really been several. One of the things that I was able to do is go out to Reeltown. Of course, I've always heard about Reeltown. And Reeltown in and of itself on a Friday night is a special place, but they'd actually had a student from a previous year who was diagnosed with cancer and unfortunately passed away. But as part of her Make-A-Wish, instead of doing something for her, she asked that band uniforms be purchased for her bandmates. She was in a band. So those uniforms came in during the season this year, and they kind of rolled them out Friday night, did a really special thing for her family. So that was very touching to see the community rally around that. And it just shows you how special education-based athletics is, and communities rallying around their school and their teams.
And that's a great story with Matt Campbell and Alvin Henderson. And we were talking earlier off camera about just the incredible depth of talent that we've seen come through the state. You've coached some of those young men, you've been a principal, observed some of those young men grow. How satisfying is it at whatever role you've played through your career to see those young people really develop, not just on the field, because we know the great players that we've seen, but off the field as well? Yeah,
so when you talk about education-based athletics, you just can't put a value on what athletics adds to the educational experience. So you see athletes who participate in sports, and it's almost like a laboratory for life. The things that they're learning in the classroom so vitally important, but then they get out onto a field and they learn how to be a part of something bigger than themselves, being able to handle adversity, handling winning, handling losing. There's just so much there that adds to that educational experience.
Now, one of the things that you've been involved in, we're all looking forward to gathering at Protective Stadium for the Super 7, and not one but two officially sanctioned flag football championships for the girls this year. But we're also keeping an eye on the future, and obviously the AHSAA has been involved in the process of identifying future sites. Walk us through that process, if you don't mind, on where things stand and when will we see a decision. And again, just to remind people, Auburn and Tuscaloosa, because of the college football playoff expanding and first round home games, they have opted out of hosting in the future, as they have for some time. So where does the process stand?
Yeah, so basically the way that process works is we have what we call RFPs, requests for proposals, and any city who's interested can turn those into us, and we review those. And the Super 7, there are certain things that a stadium has to have. It's such a premier event. There's certain things as far as when you look at the actual facility itself. So we take those RFPs, we review that according to what those standards are that we have to have. We're kind of in the process right now where we're doing those site visits, and so we should be able to make an announcement pretty soon.
Can we maybe hear a decision at the Super 7 or more likely afterwards?
It could be at the Super 7, yeah.
Okay, well, we're all going to hold our breath for that one. And as someone who lives in Birmingham, of course, I'm a little biased. I love it at Protective Stadium, but it had a great time in Tuscaloosa and Auburn as well. Is there something that you're particularly looking forward to in your first Super 7 as the executive director of the AHSAA?
The experience. I just reminded the coaches in our playoff meeting, it's really the experience, and when you think about both teams competing, once you make it to this level in the playoffs, like you didn't make it there by accident. So everybody's really winners, they're champions. I tell the coaches, just giving your players the opportunity, but there is something special to making it to that championship. And so ultimately that's what we're trying to provide. We're just trying to provide a great experience for everybody involved.
And remind everyone, if you will, we see the result of great teamwork on the field, but these events don't happen without a lot of people helping and a team coming together off the field as well.
There's no doubt. The team, as far as the event itself, volunteers, we're so dependent on the volunteers and the community, the quarterback clubs, the different things like that that really rally around. And I think that's another thing that's really special, because anytime you see people understand the importance of something and they're trying to do something for young people, they're really feeding into that. So that's really special, because I think people rally around trying to give these young people the best experience that they can have.
Well, high school athletics in this state has been blessed by a long line of terrific individuals serving as executive director. Heath Harmon fits right in that line, and we're looking forward to an exciting future with you at the helm.
Thank you.
Thank you for being with us.